Right. Students, online students, am I audible, students? Okay. So let us move to the further. What was our last class concept? Hmm? Come on, first. How to write the data to the file, how to read the data from the file, and we set different examples on that, right? Files. So there I said how to write the data, how to read the data from the file, we got it already. Okay. So read and read lines concept we did, and then writing the data to the file also we discussed. This is what we discussed in the last class. And this part, I hope you might written the notes also. And we did some examples on that area, right? Right. One more example. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will read the data dynamically from keyboard, which will read the data dynamically from the keyboard, which will read the data dynamically from the keyboard and write it to the file. 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 So let us move to the further. Another example, I want to go for it. So let me talk about that. So I want to go to that example. Students, go to the pie chart. There I'm going to take up. So there I will close this project. 11 a.m. files here. Now I want to go for how to write the data from the keyboard. Reading the data from the keyboard, writing the data to the file. Very, very important. That is called what you know, dynamic write. Dynamic write example1.py. Dynamic write example1.py. Okay. So this is a program I am writing. Program for reading the data. Program for reading the data from keyboard and write it to the file. Write it to the file. So there I am going to write it. How to write the data to the file. How to read the data from the file. That is our topic. So tell me, how do you write the data? I will go on reading. I will go on writing to the file. It is called a dynamic write example1.py. So how to do this? So start here. First of all, how do you read the data? So keyboard data is equal to keyboard data. And this is very important, students, is from the keyboard, write it to the file until we press at the right symbol. Some symbol you take to stop it. If I go on entering the data and press the symbol at the right to stop it. So I'll write keyboard data. Keyboard data is equal to keyboard data is equal to I'm writing KBD data is equal to input of I will write it. Input of I will write it. What this keyboard data will do, whatever I enter from the keyboard, it will be done. I will write a sentence here. Enter the data, enter the information, enter the information, and press, press at the rate to stop. Press at the rate to stop. Press at the rate to stop. I will say. So I will go on entering the data dynamically and I press at the rate to stop. So this data I'm getting it. I will write it what? This keyboard data. If it is at the rate is coming, if it is not equal to at the rate is coming, I will save that keyboard data to where file. How do I do? If keyboard data, KBD data, KBD data, I'm going to write it. KBD data is not equal to what symbol I will write at the rate. Then the data to be written to whom? I need to write to whom? File. I need to save it into the file. How do you save it into the file? That is the most important. Close the door. Door closes in. So I will go to KBD data at the rate this one latecomers not allowed. So here I will go for this kind of thing. KBD data not equal to at the rate symbol. What should I do? I will write to the file. How do you write to the file? I need to open the file or not? So I will open the file. So here I will open the file. How do I open the file? With open, I will take my file name. Where I want to create, you want to create in the same place, you can create it. What is this now? Something like uh, some information, HOD dot some information, dot info. It's one file name where I will write not equal to as what? FP, as FP. There I'm going to write it. Enter the information and press at the rate to stop. Input off, I will write it like that. There I need to write the data to the file. How do you write the data to the file? Not equal to at the rate. This KBD data I need to save it, write it to the file. How do you do that? Yeah, Madhubavala, don't know anything. Without doing anything, you are coming to the class. So, don't know anything. FP dot write of what? KBD data. KBD data. You will write it. If it is not equal to, if it is not equal to, if it is not equal to at the rate symbol, write the data to the file and provide it. You write backslash n, write the data up to what you are writing it. And if it is equal to none, if it is equal to none, what you will do? Else. In else part, I will do what? Print off. Data written to the file. Data written to the file and verify. You need to verify. And I will say what break. I will break it. I will say break here. I'll say break. I'll apply break. Because this kind of data to be written continuously, break to be written inside the loop only. And I need to write this data continuously. So what should I do continuously? I need to write while true. Already this type of logic you already understood. While true. This entire thing I'm writing here. This concept says that I'm opening my file one time. I said while true. This is a message which is coming. It is going on showing. This message also I will show on the top of it. I don't want to show this message continuously. So this part I would like to show you. This is a message showing on the top of it. And I will go on entering. The data will be written to the file. What is my file name here? hyd.info. hyd.info is not there. It is one of the written test questions, students. It is one of the written test question. Dynamic writing the data to the file we can call. So how do you write? Run this code. Now I'm going to start here. What happens? Module name not found. Encodings. Where is the encodings here? So mode I need to write it. Mode. I need to write mode. Correct. Mode I need to give. What is the mode? A. So I'm giving A. So let's run this now. Mode. So also giving could not find library prefix, fatal error, Python error, failed to import encoding module, runtime, no module named encodings. So no Python frame. So HYD.info with open of A as FP, no module named encodings. So what is this error? Okay. So that's the problem is persisting here. Let me go to one small thing here. Not an issue about it. Let me go to this place. 1 minute you observe it. Go to the Python here. So I'm taking this data. Try to save it. Go to the files here. Done here. Coming to this command prompt once. E colon. Okay, we are Python here. 11 a.m. Files py. So enter the information and press at the rate to stop. Right. So there I will go to. I'll go to HYD is the capital of TS. Capital of TS. And in HYD, in HYD, lots of places, lots of places, and and that's all I'm saying. I'll write at the rate symbol. What is happening? Data returned to the file. So in this place, what is happening? You observe it. HYD.info created or not? HYD.info created. Now I want to see this HYD.info. How do you see that? Let us observe. Go to this place, ma. 11 a.m. HYD.info. Open it. Open it. Here I will go to sending this place. See that whatever the data I was written from the keyboard, it is written as this. Right or not? Let us close this. Again, I will run my code. Again, I will run my code. How do you run this code? Py HYD here. In HYD, lots of people learns, learns Python, learns Python, but, but they won't read. They won't read. They won't read the notes. They won't read the notes. And getting the job, getting the job is almost closed. Is almost closed. If you don't read the notes, you cannot get the job 100%. So at the rate I am going to say data written to the file. So again I will open the notes. Again I will open the HYD.info. Open it, and that way notes will be done. And again I will write it. Again I will run my code. This is called what? Dynamic writing the data. So I will write it, and students won't practice, won't practice, won't practice the programs, and can't write the notes also. Can't write the notes also. So at the rate I'm going to write it. So data written to the file. And if you go to this place here, HYD.info, I will be getting the same information as this. Are you following me? This is how we are going to write the data in this place. Is it clear? So finally, we are understanding how to run this code. Getting my point? Hey, Modhu, come on, start up. This is called what? While true. Already explained it with Python how to do this. everything we know. And in this case, why it is giving it, and I will address it. Why it's supposed to run here also. So I'll try to run this again here. It is giving some sort of problem. It is not our program problem. It is maybe some fatal error is occurring in this PyCharm. I need to reinstall this kind of thing. So maybe some problem is occurring. So the program is executed in this place. Are you following me? Right. So I will go to the, this is called how to write the data dynamically to the file. So online students, is it clear for all of you? Is it clear for all of you? Respond it quickly. Now I will go to, now I will go to move to the further. So you have written the mode as AT. So AT means it is not a problem. It is AT means you must read the notes thoroughly first of all. What is that AT stands for? Append mode with a text file. That is the meaning of it. So nothing wrong if I write AT here. It is perfect answer only. Okay now? Right. I will move to the further. Right on. Next. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will copy, which will copy an image, which will copy an image, which will copy an image, which will copy an image. How to copy an image? I just want to go for it. So yesterday's program I will open once. Is that yesterday's programs run or not? I will take up. This is called, this is called one program yesterday's. Try to run this. So this is also giving the same problem. That indicates my Python got problem here. PyCharm problem got it. These are all the problems, programs yesterday executed or not. So today I got the problem. In your system, you try to execute, it will run perfectly. Okay, na? No issue about it. So I got some issue in the PyCharm software. The PyCharm software I will reinstall. It will execute. In your system, you try to execute, you will be getting perfectly. No issue about it. Now I will go to the program I will write in the edit plus. So what is our concept here? Copying the image. Program for copy an image. Copy an image. Yesterday what we copied? Content of one file into another file. Content of one file into another file. Practiced? Practiced? Right. Similarly, we can do the same kind of concept also here. Yesterday's code I will open it once. There is a file copy. I think so, students. Yesterday there is a program called what? File copy. So I think I did not post you yesterday. Post చేయలేదా? మీరు గుర్తుందా అసలు? This is a code I was explained. This is a code. Is it posted? No. But you did not ask me. That indicates you are not practicing, right? That indicates you are not practicing. No issue about it. Look at that. So this is a code was written it in the last class. This is a code was written it. Today I will post this kind of thing. We'll put it in this place. So this today I will go for a copying an image. What is that image need to copy? So first you take one image. So file copy, file image copy. I'm going to write it image copy example. There I will take source file. I will take directly source file. Take one image. Take one image. Any image you take it. Take any one of the image. The destination file also I will take it. Destination file also you take it. Source image file I will take it. Any image, your movie name, your song's name, any AVI files, any video files, any PNG files, any GIF files, any file you take it. That file I want to copy into where? Destination file. So I will search for some image. In my system or in Google, I'll search for my images. So I will search for my images. So these are all, this is my images is available here. So this you can typecast. This you can download also. This you can download. So like that, there are so many images are available. Like that, there are some images are available. This kind of image, this you can download. Download this. So save as image. This you can download it. Save image as, I will save this image into D colon, KVR subject file. I will take it. So kvr.png, I will save it on PNG. So it is getting downloaded. It is getting downloaded. Okay. So I want to go for copying that image. D colon, in D colon, somewhere else, there is a D colon, KVR sub, there is an image is available here. There is an image. This image I want to copy. This image I want to copy. This is an image which is available. I want to copy this image. Okay. So how to copy? This is our task. All images are called what? So take this kind of location. I am going to specify the source location. KVR dot what? PNG. KVR dot PNG. This is called the location where my source file is available. Here I need to take it as RB because it is a binary file. Compulsory you need to write what? Binary. Here I will write it E colon, E colon. I will write it here KVR and Python 11 AM. Under that what? Files. Under that files. Under that what I am taking notes. Under that what I want to take pt.pythontrainer.png. This is the location I am taking. I will take it as a WB. What is the WB? Read binary and write with binary option. Same. Read the data from the file, write the data to the file. I will same image copied successfully. Same logic is same. What is the main important thing? I need to go for taking the images in the form of what? Binary. Are you following me? So image file copy. Image file copy is my function name. Image file copy is my function name. So in my location called E, which I mentioned the path, 11 AM here, under files, under the nodes, there was no such image. There was no such image called what? pt.png is not there, which is going to come after the program execution is available. Let us run this code now. So let us save this now. Important. How do we copy an image? So come to this place, execute py. I'm going to say what is happening. Image copied successfully. Go to the place. Here dir. Here dir. Somewhere else there is a notes. Notes is a folder. CD notes here and say dir. Here you are having what? pt.png. It is available here. And to see that, you should go to the place of our location. Here I'm going to take it E 11 AM. Under that what? Files. Under the notes, there's a pt.png. You need to open it. Open it. Open with Paint. Open with Microsoft Picture Manager. Picture Manager. Is it copied or not? It is copied. You can open with this kind of thing also. You can open with Paint also. You can open. This is called your image. So this is one image. Already there is an image is available with you, which I already said to you. KVR sub. This is also one more image. This is the image copy. So this was already an image which is already available there. Two images are available in front of you. These are the two images which are available in front of you. Right? So two images are available. Here one image. Here there is one more image also. This is a kvr.png. This is called pt.png. Are you following? Hey, Madhu. Right. Your name is not Madhu. Try to see this. It's the most important things. I need not to tell you all these things. Right. This is called what? Source file and destination file. opened into where? RB and then what? WB. Any binary files are coming, you need to use B. If any text file is coming, we need to use a letter called T. But using the letter called T, optional or mandatory? Optional. I already said in the types of files only. Now I want to go for this concept makes you to understand. Our examples, if you remember it, if you go to our location here, files, if I take it, index, I will open it. Index, I will show you. This part is completed yesterday. Here also, reading, writing files I completed. Image copy also I said. Dynamically writing the data also got it. Because the two questions are written test questions. Some of the students got it. Now I'm going to tell about random access file. So within few minutes I will discuss and I'll go for the most important topic called what? Pickling and unpickling. And then project implementation we are going to start. So to understand this class, you need to read and come to the sessions. Then only you can follow. Otherwise, you cannot follow. 100% I am saying. So let us go to the random access file. Students, I'm going to introduce another kind of concept called random access file. So program for demonstrating random access file. Program for accessing, program for accessing random access, random accessing the file, accessing the file data. So I'm going to take the file data. Which data I'm going to take it? As you know that hyd.info you take it. hyd.info notes place. hyd.info is there. Where is the hyd.info? Dynamically written. Where is that place? In this place, hyd.info. This is my place. This is the data what you are having, right? This is the data what I wrote dynamically. In this place, what do you mean by random access file? I want to access this word called people. I want to access the word called what? People. I want to access the word called people. Or I want to access the word called job. I want to access the word called practice. Or I want to access the word called student. Or I want to access the word called Python. Whichever word or whichever sentence I like it, I want to access. That is called what? Random access file. So what do you mean by random access file? Instead of sequentially accessing, I want to access whichever data I like it. That is known as what? Random access. Can anybody tell me the general meaning of random access in our Python programming? Can anybody can answer up? నాకు అంత సీన్ లేదు కానీ but expecting any intelligent student is there, they can answer it. How can you access randomly from the given data? Can anybody can access? Online students, can anybody can answer it? How can you access the data dynamically, randomly? Anybody can say? Anybody can say how do you access the data randomly? You people are all Gajnis, don't know anything, and you are coming to my class. So go to the Python, go to the Python, and here I'm going to write it. S is equal to Python here. S is equal to Python I'm going to take. Print of S you are taking. I want to access THO. Is it called random or not? It's a random data. How do I access THO? That only I'm asking. Make English Radu. You don't know English. That's what the data is. I want to access PYT. I'll say 0 to 3. 0 to 3. It's called PYT. I want to access. I want to access something like a THON. I want to access THON. I will write something like 2 colon 2 colon THON. This is all called random data. This we already discussed in our previous classes. Like that, If I come back to my examples also, today I'm going to read this HYD info.data. With open, I must mention that complete address. I must mention that complete address. There I'm going to take up. There I'm going to write it. HYD.info, comma, what is this now? Which mode I need to take? R as FP. Even you can write also what RT also I can write it. RT indicating the text file in read mode. And I need not to write even this RT also. By default, it is called what? Read mode. Now I want to read the data. How do you read the data? Generally, file data is equal to fp.read, I said. When I say that fp.read, you are going to get what? File data. So you people are not talking anything. I will go on explaining and you will see at the end of the class, cinema you will see. So now I'm going to say, you are not able to interact with me. So I will go on explaining. You will see cinema today class and you will see. I don't talk to you. I will go on explaining. You will see the cinema. Online students, try to be careful today. So I will go to what is this now? Random access file example dot data dot py. This is my Python file. So I'm going to print the total data here. So you will go to py. Here I'm going to write it. Complete data is coming here. So there I will write it. Somewhere else there is a double slashes I need to write and you will see this data. This is complete data is coming. There also one more double slash f. All double slashes you need to use. Try to execute. You got the complete data. So earlier I used to ask the questions and I used to explain. Today you are not able to respond. I also will not ask you any questions. You will see separate explanation today. And I will never ask you any question. I will go on explaining. So you will find the second level explanation today. You will see. So I will go on to taking this RT. We got the data. My question is, where is the FP is pointing? I said to you, I'm changing my style of explanation for you. What is that? Earlier I used to ask you. If you don't answer, I only will answer. And I used to continue the responsive class. Today you are not decided to respond. I will not ask questions. I'll go on explaining. By default, FP is pointing to the beginning file. నేను క్వశ్చన్లు ఏమి అడగను మిమ్మల్ని. I don't ask any question. I will go on explaining. If you understand, understand. Otherwise, get lost. So here I am writing initially by default FP is pointing to the file. FP is pointing to the file. So I am writing here initially file pointer points to which location it is pointing. I am printing FP dot to get the location of it where it is pointing. I will use what? Tell. I will find out the location where FP is pointing. As I already said to you, FP is pointing to the starting of the file. I said starting means what? It is going to contain this is my data. This is the string data. The string data by default contains internally indexing mechanism. The indexing starts from 0. The HYD H starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. Every letter is going to contain all. I will use FP dot tell. Responding, I am not asking questions. So you will see the second level explanation. Say at the end of the class, what is the regular day discussion? FP is by default 0. That means my FP is pointing to the starting entry of the file. Next, So it is proved that FP by default pointing to where beginning of the file. So we understood that it is the beginning of the file. So this is called HYD. Beginning of the index is called 0. That is H is pointing. Today I want to read only the letter called HYD. I want to read only HYD. Three letters are there. To read only HYD, I will write it file data is equal to FP dot read of three letters. I will write three letters. From that, 012 is called what? HYD is there. These three letters will be read from the 0 place. That means the read of three, this three indicates that three letters where FP is pointing. So FP is pointing to 0, 0 to reading three letters. The three letters will be there in the file data. So now I will print file data. File data is equal to file data is equal to file data here, file data here. Now I'm going to take up where is the FP is pointing. It is read three letters. Earlier I used to ask where is that and you used to talk and you are some lazy guys will not speak and HYD will be there and it is pointing to the space. HYD, the space is called what? 3. 3 is the space here. That space will be printed here. This is printed here HYD. Only three letters I am talking. Earlier it was printed everything, but I am reading only three letters. Now HYD. Now I am going to take it. Where is my FP is pointing? Now position of FP. Position of FP is equal to, I am writing here, FP dot tell. When it read three letters, now it is pointing to which position? Third position it is pointing. So when it is reading the first three letters, it is pointing to the space. The space index is called 3. 3. Now I am going to execute my program. I am going to execute my program. I got now the position of FP is 3. 0. Three letters from 0, HYD. Now it is pointing to FP is pointing to 3. ఏమై మొద్దు అర్థమవుతుందా? స్టాండ్ అప్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ. ఆల్ ముద్దు ఫేస్లు వేసుకొని వచ్చారు ఇక్కడ. నువ్వు కూర్చోమ్మా, నువ్వు కూర్చో, కూర్చో కూర్చో. ఎందుకు మాకెందుకు ప్రాబ్లమ్స్? కింద కూర్చోబెడతా ఇప్పుడు అందరినీ. డోంట్ నో ఎనీథింగ్. వేర్ ఇస్ ఎఫ్పి ఇస్ పాయింటింగ్? వేర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ పాయింటింగ్? Space. Where it is pointing? Space. What is the space here? This space. That is called what index? Third. I want to read space is and space I want to read. The space is space I want to read. How many letters? 4. Space, space. Next is called is and then space. 4 letters. What is this index? 3, 4, 5, 6. So where is the FP is pointing? Third. I want to read how many? 4 letters I want to read. 6. Now 7th index is what? T. Now I will go to my place. I will go to writing here. File data is equal to, here I am writing, file data is equal to, I am writing 4. From which place it is reading 4 characters? From third place. What is that? I want to print the file data. I want to print the file data. What is the file data printed? Space is space is printed. That is before that one space is, after that one space is read. Now what is the file pointer which is pointing? What is the file pointer it is pointing? 7. It is pointing to 7. Still if you don't know the calculation, ekkadana pondi. This is a space, is space. And now FP is pointing to where? 7. 7 means what is the letter it is? T. It is pointing to T. I want to calculate. I want to read these characters. THE space cap I want to read. THE space cap I want to read. What is the THE space cap? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That means 6 letters I want to read. 6 letters I want to read. Where it is pointing, that is an important. I will read next. I will read next. Here I will write how many letters? 6 letters I want to read. File data. What is printed here? The cap will be printed. What is the next value here? What is the next value here? Modu 13. 13. So, ఏమి రాదు అసలు ఎందుకు మీరు అసలు so the cap, the letter is called what? I need to write what? 7. That time it is going to pointing to the 14. The cap counting should be proper. Now it is going to be printed what? 4. 14. And some guys who are lazy looking at the other person face. First of all, you need to know counting here. This is already 7. 7 letters are reading. It is pointing to where? 14. Now from 14, I want to read the rest of the letters. So it is pointing to where? This O. From this space onwards, it is pointing. First of all, you need to, why I am telling this entire thing is, reading the data is difficult from the file by locating the indices. Suppose I want to read the programs. Is it easy for you to locate these programs easily? No, because you need to read what here? Indices you need to know. Indices you need to know. Finding the indices for programs is difficult. Finding the indices for programs is difficult. And if it is containing 100 pages data, 100 pages and 100 records are there, or 1000 records are there, finding the 950th record index is very complicated. That's why files are always difficult to process the data. With our deep coding skills only, we can write it. So from this cap, rest of the data, if I want to read, I will go for what now? I will go for what now? So I'm going to write it. To read the rest of the data, it is now fp dot what? Read off. I'm not mentioning any value there. It will read the complete data and print that. Now, where it is pointing, complete data it will read. Now, FP will go to where? Last letter index it is pointing. Last, it reaches to the extreme last. What is the last letter? 225 is going to be the last. So, rest of the data I want to read it. Rest of the data I want to read. So, FP dot read file data. Here I need to write file data. See the rest of the data printed here. So next is what? Is the cap of TS, space of TS, rest of the data printed here. And what is the position now? 225 is getting printed. After that, I am writing here. Once again, try to read out. Once again, try to read out. I am just writing this one. Once again, try to read out. No more data is there to read out because it reaches to what? 225. There is no more data to read. It is ending only. So this entire example makes you to understand that if any kind of data is available with me, randomly if you want to read, you must know what? Index. Locating the index is always very difficult. That's why files are difficult to process the data. Suppose now where is my FP is pointing? Last, that is 225. From 225, I want to locate it to what? I want to locate it to the cap. I want to locate it to the T. That is the word is there. To the letter T, I want to make it to point. What is the letter T? 7. I want to locate it to the letter T. I want to go for it. How to do that? I will go to, there is a function. What is that? Here I am going to write it. You see this entire thing. After finishing that, reset. I'm going to say reset the file pointer object. Reset the file pointer object to the index. What? 7. Reset the file pointer object to the 7th index. How do you do? FP dot. There is a function name called seek. In file pointer object, already there is a function name called tell. By default, it is positioning to where? 0. Now FP dot seek of what? Index to whom you want to reset. I will go for it. It is almost like is listening like a songs in the media player of our car. There is a function called seek and pass your song number. Our FP is pointing to that. Now you go for it. Now the position of FP after reset, you see. Now earlier position was what? 225. The position was 225. Now it is reset to what? 7. Execute it. The seek function, it is reset to whom? 7. Now I want to read 7. I want to read the data as it is. How do you read the data now? I will go for reading this. Now I will read this data once again. What is the data I want to read? 7 letters I want to read. What is the seventh index? The. Make concentration level. The. Next is what? Cap. Here, first letter, second letter, 3 letters. Also 3 letters, 6. What is this now? Space. Totally how many letters I want to read? 7. I am reading. And the data is, the cap is printed. It is pointing to where? 14. Well, next it is reset to that place only. It is going to that next one. Reading will be moving forward. So it is going to be what? The cap is red. And this is 14. Now 14 to I want to pointing to starting again. Starting. Starting. Reset the file pointer to which index? 0. Reset the file pointer object to the index called what? 0. How do you do? fp dot seek of what? 0. fp dot seek of 0. What will happen? It will point to where? So I'm going to write it here. Now I'm writing instead of file data. Now fp pointing to the beginning. That means wherever you want, you can make it to point. By using which function? Seek function. How do you know that it is pointing or not? By using what? Tell function. You execute it. So you got it. Now it is reset to whom? 0. Reset to 0. Now I want to read 10 letters. I want to read. I want to read 10 letters. From 0 to 10 letters, I want 10 letters. 10 letters. What are the 10 letters? Tell me. What are the 10 letters? Start here. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up to HYD is the, I want to read from here only. So I will go to this place. I mentioned 3 and it is pointing to what? Which index? Mathematics rather the camera. What is this now? Positioning this 0. What is this? HYD is the 10 letters. 10 letters means what? 0 to 9. 10 letters. When 0 to 9 read, it is pointing to whom? Next index called what? 10th. Are you following? This I can make it to point to what? Whichever index if you want, I can make it to locate by using which function? Seek function. Whichever location you want to find by using what? Well, so this indicates that reading the data dynamically and randomly from the file is done only when you know about what? Indices of the files. When we don't know indices of this data, it is a difficult to process. But how to make it to process, we are going to enter into the next mechanism called what? Pickling and unpickling concept we are going to enter. So what is the purpose of seek function? To make the file pointer to set to certain index in the file. And what is the use of tell function? To tell to get the index of the file pointer where it is pointing. By default, where it is pointing? 0. It is pointing by default to 0. And wherever you want after reading the data, file pointer will move to the next. And you already understood this kind of file. And random access files will not be coming in the real time. Only for extra knowledge, I said these two functions. What are the functions? Seek and tell. So what is the use of seek function? To reset the file pointer to the particular index in the file. What is the use of tell function? To find out the location where file pointer is pointing. For that purpose, we use seek and tell function. Online students, is it clear for all of you? Is this concept is clear? Quickly. So coming to the further. Now I'm going to enter into pickling and unpickling concept I am going to enter. It is also one of the very, very important top chapter now. Shida, if you don't answer, respond next, will make you to sit here on the ground. Daily, permanently, you will be sitting on the ground only. Be careful. Try to start here. Now I'm going to enter into what is this pickling and unpickling operations now. So students, now we'll go to pickling and unpickling. So let us start understanding this concept quickly, and coding I will start with the project implementation. I am telling so many things, whether you are practicing or not, I don't know. If you don't practice, you will go your own way. Otherwise, problem for you. So pickling concept I am going to introduce. So let us start understanding about what is the use of pickling and purpose of pickling, and the implementation of pickling. Why we go for pickling, how to implement pickling, all those things I will tell. Similarly, I'll go for unpickling mechanism, and what is the purpose of unpickling mechanism, how to implement unpickling mechanism, we will learn it. Let's start understanding about this concept. Start. Now, students, what is the use of write operation? చెప్తున్నా నేను ముందే. You need to talk. Otherwise, I will make you to sit here. What is the use of pickling? What is the use of write operation? Huh? To write a? To write a? అంటే వాట్ ఈస్ ద రైట్ అంటే టు రైట్ ద డేటా. వాట్ ఈస్ రీడ్ అంటే టు రీడ్ ద డేటా. ఇక్కడ చదివారా అంతా? వేర్ డూ స్టడీడ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ? వాట్ ఈస్ meant by writing the data? So, writing the data is nothing but to save the object data of main memory into the file of secondary memory by performing cycle of write operations is called purpose of write operation. Here also, to perform the write operation, we already used two functions. What are the two functions? Write off, write lines off. Write off, write lines off. Already explained, multiple examples done. This write off, write lines off will do what? How they are writing the data, how they are writing the data to the file, how they are writing the data to the file. They are writing the data to the file value by value. They are writing the data to the file value by value. Value by value writing will take what? More amount of time. I said specifically write of SNO, write of SName, write of mux. Last class I said you already. Write of write lines of iterable object also I said. Write of iterable object contains four values. First value checking. If it is an str, then only writing the data. If it is a non-str, it is giving error. Yes, yesterday I was shown that. So even in the nodes also I mentioned it. Even in the nodes also mentioned it. Whenever you write the data to the file, where I was mentioned it in the classroom, note here, write and write lines, writing the data to the file in the form of value by value, and it is one of the time consuming process. So today we are going to eliminate that point process. We are going to eliminate that process. What is that process? By using normal write operation, and the write lines function will write the data in the form of what? Value by value. It is one of the time consuming process. In simple word, if my object is containing 100 values are available, if my list object is containing 100 values, with the write and write lines, how many operations will be performing? 100 write operations will be performing because we are writing value by value. This is one of the time consuming process. How can I avoid this? To avoid this kind of values, to avoid this type of drawback, what industry says, don't waste your 100 write operations. Save this entire list object data which contains 100 values in main memory save it into the file by performing one single write operation, irrespective of the number of values present in the object. You save this entire object data into the file of secondary memory by performing one write operation. That is done by the concept of pickling. So, what is an advantage of pickling? Pickling saves lot of write operations. So, this is going to be the highest performance kind of streaming operation. It writes the complete data at once only by performing single write operation. Whereas write and write lines functions will do what? First value one time, second value one time, third value one time, 100 value another time. So 100 times write operations will be done. If I do pickling operation, it will perform the operation how many times? Only one time. So pickling operation is the best one in performing the write operation. So what is the purpose of write operation? What is the purpose of write operation? Saves entire object data, entire object data at a time, at a time into file of which memory? Secondary memory by performing one write operation, single write operation. I can write a single write operation. This is called one of the biggest advantage. In Java, we call it as a serialization. In Python, we call it as a pickling. So why I am going for pickling? Why not going to be the old approach called write and write lines? Write and write lines will write the data value by value, time consuming process. To save the time, I want to write the entire object data at once into file of secondary memory by performing single write operation. Definitely I need to go for which mechanism? Pickling mechanism. So what is the definition of pickling? Same. The process of saving the entire object data into the file of secondary memory by performing single write operation is called what? Pickling. What will be the implementation? Sir, to do this implementation, we are supposed to take certain type of things here. What is the first one you need to do? First step you need to do. Since I am saving my entire object data into the file of secondary memory, first thing I need to do what? Choose the file name. Choose the file name and open it into which mode? Write mode with binary. This is a very, very important. Pickling always concentrate on what? Always concentrate on what? Binary format. Choose the file name, open it into write mode in which format? Binary format. Next one I'm going to take up, students. When I'm going to take this entire object content, which contains multiple values, any object with multiple values is called what object? Any object contains multiple values is called which object? Huh? Iterable object. So, any object contains multiple values is called iterable object. So, what is that? What does need to do? Prepare an iterable object. Prepare an iterable object that is which contains multiple values. That is maybe a list, tuple, set, whatever it is. Choose the file name and open it into this mode. And after that, you need to do what? You need to use one new function today. What is the function name called? Dump function. Dump. What is the function earlier? Write and write lines will do what? Value by value, right? This a dump will do what? Totally writing the object data. Which object this is? Iterable object, comma. File pointer you need to take it. File pointer. File pointer is nothing but pointing to whom? File. Where it is pointing? Zeroth place. Zeroth place is nothing but starting point of your file. That's why I said the random access file. So dump is a predefined function. Every predefined function of Python belongs to what? Huh? ఎందుకు మొద్దు వేస్ట్ క్యాండిడేట్స్ అంతా ఇట్ ఈస్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు వాట్ వన్ మాడ్యూల్ నేను డిఫాల్ట్ మాడ్యూల్ అడగట్లే మిమ్మల్ని ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ఆస్కింగ్ వాట్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ద డిఫాల్ట్ మాడ్యూల్ ఏమో ఉందా లేదా బ్రెయిన్? ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ఆస్కింగ్ వాట్ ఇస్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ద డిఫాల్ట్ మాడ్యూల్. వాట్ ఇస్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ద డిఫాల్ట్ మాడ్యూల్? బిల్ట్-ఇన్స్. నేను ఏం అడుగుతున్నా మిమ్మల్ని? ఎవరీ ప్రీ డిఫైన్డ్ ఫంక్షన్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు module. This module belongs to pickle. What is the module name? Pickle dot dump. Pickle dot dump. So module name is called pickle dot dump. With my performance, with my high-end performance, with your low-level knowledge, it is not at all shrinking. మీ టాలెంట్ అంతేమో నాకు తెలియదు కానీ బట్ యూ ట్రై టు మ్యాచ్ మై పర్ఫార్మెన్స్. పికిల్ డాట్ డంప్ ఆఫ్. సో ఐ నీడ్ టు డూ వాట్? ఇంపోర్ట్. ఐ నీడ్ టు గో ఫర్ వాట్? ఇంపోర్ట్ విచ్ మాడ్యూల్? Pickle module. In pickle module, there is a function name called what? Dump. Pickle dot dump of iterable object comma file pointer. What is the use of this dump function? Once again, I am saying it saves the iterable object data. Iterable object data into file of which memory? Secondary memory. With what operation? Single write operation. The name itself says dumping. That means all at once will be saved. How it is different from write and write lines? Write and write lines will do what? Value by value, which is called what? Time consuming process. To avoid that, I will go for today what? Dump. That's all. This is called the pickling operation. What is the pickling operation purpose? It reduces repeated write operation. It will take how many write operation? One write operation. It will save the entire object data at a time. That is an advantage. From now onwards, wherever the object data is coming, I'll prefer to go for which concept? Pickling. Online students, up to here, are you okay? Is it okay up to here? If you say okay, I will move to the further. So if you are not okay like this offline people, I will also move forward. So coming to the next, unpickling I am going to. Unpickling means what? And this process is going to save the data into the file. Which operation it is participating? Pickling operation participates in which operation? I said write operation, because we are saving into the file. And unpickling operation participates in where? Read operation. Read operation. So how many functions are there to read that? First of all, this is read operation I am using. What is the use of read operation? It read the object record data from the file of secondary memory into the object of main memory is called what? Read operation. How many functions we used there? Read and then what? Read lines. Read and because of that, how the values will be read? Value by value. And write operations and write lines performing value by value writing, read also will read what? Value by value. Because of reading value by value, what will happen? If my record is containing three values, something like 14.45, if read function read 10 one time, rs one time, 14.45 one time, three values are reading three times. Is it not time consuming process? So I don't want this procedure. What I am looking today? I am looking for all at once I want to read. All at once. Total record I want to read. Total record. Only one record I want to read at once. Only one record. And one more drawback is what you know with read and read lines. When read one is reading 10 ones and RS ones and 14.43, they are available at different locations in the memory also. But when I am reading the record means what? It is one value only. It is supposed to treat that entire thing as a clustered value. It is one value only supposed to be treated, not different values with different addresses. I think you are following. So I need to take this complete record as a single record only. That entire thing I want to read. So the better one to read the complete values by performing what? Single read operation. I need to go for what operation? Unpickling operation. I need to go for it. So what is the purpose of unpickling operation? What is the purpose of unpickling operation? To read or transfer I'm going to write transfer complete record content, or enter record content, enter record content from where? File of secondary memory, into the object of main memory, by performing what operation? By performing single read operation. Earlier single write operation, here also single read operation. Single read operation is the purpose of what? Unpickling operation. What will be the implementation there? Implementation steps, I want to write it. Implementation steps. What will be the implementation steps? I am going to take it. What is the first step? Here, as usual, import. What is the function name I used already in the pickle? Dump. Like that, one more function is going to come here also. What is the next one? I need to read, na? Read means what? Choose the file name. Choose the file name and open in which mode? Read mode. Read mode. Reading, na? Read mode. With what format? Binary format. Pickling and unpickling always deals with what? Binary format. Okay. Once I open that, file pointer is pointing to the beginning one. Now I need to read that. To read the record from the file, I will use one function name called what? Load. Load. Here it is called what? Dump. Here it is called what? Load. So this load function belongs to the module called what? Pickle. Pickle. Pickle dot what? Load. Load. And I will write a left side variable here. Variable name I will write it. Variable name. Variable name is nothing but what? One kind of what name? Object name I'll write. Where is the object resides? Object resides in main memory. Secondary memory. తల తిరుగుతుందా ఏమన్నా? ఆబ్జెక్ట్ రిసైడ్స్ ఇన్ వేర్? మెయిన్ మెమరీ. సెకండరీ మెమరీ అంటావేంట? కింద కూర్చుంటాడా? 33 ఏళ్ళు, 23 ఏళ్ళు వచ్చినాయి, 24 years. ఆబ్జెక్ట్ రిసైడ్స్ ఇన్ వేర్ అంటే సెకండరీ మెమరీ. ఎందుకా మీరు? సో ఆబ్జెక్ట్ pickle డాట్ లోడ్ ఆఫ్, I will write file pointer. File pointer. Where is the file pointer pointing to? Starting point. Whichever record is pointed by FP, that entire record will be loaded, kept into object name. That object name resides in where? Main memory. I will repeat until what? All the records completes. I will write it in the while loop so that it will be done. So unpickling operation performs which operation? Participates in which operation? Read operation. So earlier things, if we go to normal Python, normal files in Python programming, we uses write, write function, and next is called what? Write lines function. Next is called what? Read, and then what? Read lines. How these are doing? Value by value writing, value by value reading. Now advanced files, advanced files are what? Advanced file operations in Python. Uses for writing, what we will use it? Pickle dot what? Dump. Pickle dot dump. Pickle dot dump I will use it. Next here what I will use? Pickle dot load I will use it. Load will do what? Complete record will be loaded at once in the memory. Read and read lines will do value by value. These are called much expensive. These are called easily, and we can do very fastly. These operations can do. These are the expensive operation, takes lot of time. That's why for writing and reading, we don't prefer to go this one. We prefer to go for dump and load. Now I want to go to the coding. So what is the total concept here? Pickling is for writing the total data at once. Unpickling is for to read the complete record at once. It's a very, very important concept. I will show you that. So two functions only explained almost half an hour of time. So if I come to my place, here pickle.dump, pickle.load, and then pickle module, implementation of both of them. I will open once nodes purpose, some concept I will open it. I'll open it some concept. Here I am going to take up pickling and unpickling concept I will show you. So try to read out the notes. All of you read out the notes. Read out. Pickling and unpickling is the Python terminology. Java terminology is object serialization, object deserialization. For unpickling, this is the word. For this one, this is the word. Start. Pickling. Let us assume there exists an object in main memory which contains multiple values. To save or write the object data of main memory into the file of secondary memory by using write and write lines of, they transfer the values in the form of value by value, and it is one of the time consuming process because of multiple write operation. And I shown you already coding yesterday. Write of number, write of name, write of marks. Three times write, I said. But we want to write what? All at once. Come on. To overcome this time consuming process, we must use the concept of pickling. The advantage of pickling concept is that with a single write operation, we can save entire object data of main memory into the file of secondary memory. That is the importance of pickling. Compulsory question in interviews. Compulsory question. You take any Python student, ask what is pickling. Mango pickle అంటాడు. మ్యాంగో పికిల్ అంటాడు. మ్యాంగో పికిలా తెలియనోడు అట్లే కదా మరి. మీరు కూడా అంతే మ్యాంగో పికిలే ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్ రీడ్. Definition of what? Pickling. So the process of saving or transferring entire object content of main memory into the file of secondary memory by performing single write operation is called pickling. Pickling concept always participates in write operation. Steps for implementing pickling concept. Import pickle module, and pickle is one of the predefined module. Choose the file name and open it into write mode. Create an object with a collection of values. That is called what? Iterable object. Come on. Use a dump of pickle module. Dump function save the content of entire object into the file with a single write operation. Syntax. Pickle dot dump of iterable object comma file pointer. Note. The pickling concept always takes the file as a binary format. Some LKG notes I am giving. Systematically clear cut notes I am giving. You see in your engineering notes, Allah toka undadu akkada. English is not there, grammar is not there, nothing is there. And you passed BTech. If somebody like me correcting na, 20 years aina pass kada meeru. Not only you, you means the people who are available now outside. Going bus, bag, water bottle, anni. So, coming to next what? Unpickling. What is this? Object deserialization. Start. Let us assume there exists a record with multiple values in a file of secondary memory. To read or transfer entire record content from file of secondary memory, if we use read or read lines, then they read record values in the form of value by value, and it is one of the time consuming process because of multiple read operation. Because of multiple read operation. To overcome this time consuming process, we must use the concept of pickling, unpickling. The advantage of unpickling is that with a single read operation, we can read entire object content from the file of secondary memory into the object of main memory. Are you following this? So, definition of what? Unpickling. Unpickling. The process of reading or transferring entire record content from the file of secondary memory into the object of main memory by performing single read operation is called unpickling. Unpickling concept participates in read operation. Steps for implementing unpickling concept. Import pickle module. Choose the file name and open it into read mode. Use load of pickle module. Load is used for transferring or loading entire record content from the file of secondary memory into object of main memory. Object name is equal to pickle.load of file pointer. Note that unpickling concept always takes the file in binary format. It is concept. Nobody will ask in companies, explain pickling, unpickling, steps to 10 marks question, 20 marks question, everybody. They will ask you directly what coding they will ask. This is called a concept. So overall point is what? Pickle.dump, pickle.load. Why pickling? Concept explain. Why unpickling? Concept explain. Understand? Now we need to go to the coding. Shall write the coding. Right? Open the notes. Online students, is the concept clear? First of all, respond. Is the concept is clear? Only few people are responding. Others are sleeping or not, I don't know. So what you are doing, I don't know. Right? Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will read, which will read, which will read employee details, employee details, which will read employee details, which will read employee details from keyboard, employee details from keyboard, employee details from keyboard, and save those details as record. Save those details as record. Save those details as record. Save those details as record in a file, in a file by using pickling process, by using pickling process, by using which process? Pickling process. So can you do without pickling? Can I do without pickling? పలకండా ఎస్ నోనా మాట్లాడేట్లా ఆయన నవ్వడం కాదు. కెన్ యూ డూ వితౌట్ పిక్లింగ్? హౌ హౌ యూ విల్ డూ? డోంట్ నో. రైటా? రైటా రీడా? రైటా? ఆర్ఐజిహెచ్టీ రైటా? ఆర్ఐజిహెచ్టీ రైట్. WRIT. So write off and then write lines of file pointer dot write off, file pointer dot that one. How do you write that? Value by value writing. That is a time consuming. That's why we'll prefer to go for dump. Pickle dot dump we'll use it. Shall we start? Right. Now I'm going to start. Online students, let us start writing. I'm using it. You try to execute your program daily on PyCharm only. You are executing now. You execute after going to home. Execute on PyCharm only. So I'm having certain issue here. Any program I am executing, but I'm getting a problem only here. So this is the one. Last class I said this is a fatal error is coming. So this software is I need to reinstall it. That I will reinstall it and I will come to you next class. This is full thorough with this that will be coming. So I'm going to write it. Program for program for reading the employee details from where? Keyboard, and save them and save them as record. Save them as record in where? file. What is my file name I am taking? emp.pick is my file name I am taking. emp.pick I am going to take it. Okay now? Start. Start. నేను చెప్తే నేను స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను ఇప్పుడు. మనకు రాదు చెప్పడానికి. ఇక్కడ చెప్పాను కదమ్మా, నాకు ఒకసారి చాలా పిచ్చి కోపం వస్తుంది మిమ్మల్ని చూస్తే. మళ్ళా పోనీలే వీళ్ళు పిల్లలు కదా అనిపిస్తుంది మళ్ళా. రైట్, ఇంప్లిమెంటింగ్ విచ్ కాన్సెప్ట్? పికిలింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్. పిల్లలు అంటే ఎట్లా ఉండాలి? నేను చెప్పినప్పుడు అది ఎంటర్ అయిపోవాలి. ఇఫ్ ఐ సే దట్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు ఎంటర్ ఇన్ టు ద బ్రెయిన్, ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు ఎంటర్ ఇన్ టు ద బ్రెయిన్. ఇట్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ స్టూడెంట్. సో import which module? Pickle module. I will go to the pickle module here. So I'll go to the pickle module. Import pickle. Import pickle. Next, what I do? I said here, the moment this is the choose the file name and open into which mode. So how do you open it? With open, emp.pick, emp.pick, comma what? AB as what? FP. Why AB? Append mode, first record, second record, third record, etc. Why B? Binary కాదు మొద్దు. Pickling concept always takes file in binary. Binary కాదు, మళ్ళీ అదే binary. File in binary. File will be in binary format. It will take only one sentence you are supposed not able to speak. Only one word you are speaking like a small LKG kid. So AB as what? FP. Now I'm going to say emp.pick of what? AB as what? FP. FP. Then file is done. Next, what I need to do? Create an object with a collection of values. Which values I want now? Which values I want? Which values I want? Employee details. I need to get employee details or not? How do I get it? So I will write it. In this case, మీ మీద హాలిడేస్ ఎఫెక్ట్ చాలా ఉంది. అసలు హాలిడేస్లో ఏం ముట్టుకున్నట్లేదు బుక్ ఏమి అసలు ఏమాత్రం. నాట్ ఈవెన్ టచింగ్ ద బుక్ ఇన్ ద హాలిడేస్. So when holidays are completing and coming to the resuming the classes, it's very difficult to the faculty. Very difficult. ఎక్కడెక్కడో తిరిగి వచ్చింటారు మీరంతా. ఆ వైరస్ అంతా ఎక్కడ ఎంటర్ అయింటది, ఆ సబ్జెక్ట్ పోయి ఉంటది. టు బ్రింగ్ బ్యాక్ దట్ సబ్జెక్ట్ బ్యాక్, ఇట్స్ ఫ్యాకల్టీకి చాలా ఇబ్బంది అవుతుంది. మీరే ఎగ్జాంపుల్. అందుకనే సెలవులు వచ్చినాయి అన్నమాట. వెన్ హాలిడేస్ ఆర్ కమింగ్, వీ షుడ్ నాట్ మూవ్ హియర్ అండ్ దేర్. వీ షుడ్ రీడ్ ద నోట్స్. దట్ ఈస్ అ వెయిట్ అంటిల్ వీ గెట్ ద జాబ్. మీరేం చేస్తారు? యూ విల్ హియర్ అండ్ దేర్ యూ విల్ మూవ్. EMPNO here, EMPNO is equal to what I will do? Int of input of enter employee number. Enter employee number. So I'm going to take off. So this is the one I got it. EMP name, I'm going to take it, is equal to input of enter employee name. Enter employee name. Name I'm taking. Next, EMP salary. Now I'm taking their float of employee salary. Employee salary. There I'm going to take it employee salary. So I'm going to take it float. I'm going to take it float. Three details are over. Accepting the data from keyboard. Three values are there. But I want to make it to create as a single object only. How can you make it as a single object? These three values are combined together in a single object. Create a empty list and add these three values to the list. When I purchase 3 items from the shop, what they will do? ఒకటి తల మీద పెట్టుకో, చేతిలో పెట్టుకొని చెప్తాడు. వాట్ దే విల్ డూ? ఏం చేస్తారమ్మా చెప్పండి? దే విల్ గివ్ వాట్? బ్యాగ్ దే విల్ గివ్. వెన్ యూ బై 3 dresses, దే విల్ గివ్ 1 cover or not? What is that cover? First what he will take? 1 empty cover he will take or not? Now what is that cover is? Cover is equal to list of. Next what you will do? Color dot append, cover dot append, cover dot append. So that cover contains how many values? What is that empty cover in Python? List. List. ఏం బాబా మొద్దు అర్థమవుతుందా? So here I will go to what? LST is equal to what? List. So what is this now? Create empty list. Empty list. For adding what values? Employee values. For what? Employee values. Come on, add now. Append employee values to the list. So here I will write a comment. Append EMP values to what object? LST object. Iterable object that is. How do you add? LST dot append of EMP NO. Next LST dot append of EMP name. EMP name. LST dot append of EMP salary. EMP salary. So three things are added into a single object. Are you following? So three things are added. So my what is that LST called? What is that LST called? Hmm? Iterable object or not? So what to do? My file is ready or not? My iterable object ready or not? What should I do? What should I do? Save the iterable object. Iterable object content. Iterable. Iterable object content. Iterable object content. Iterable object content to the file. File. How do you save that iterable object content to the file? Come on. కొంతమందిని చూస్తా ఉంటే నాకే భయం అవుతుంది వాళ్ళు ఎట్లా బతుకుతారని. పికిల్ డాట్ డంప్. పికిల్ డాట్ డంప్ ఆఫ్ వాట్? ఇటరబుల్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కామా వాట్? ఫైల్ పాయింటర్. File pointer. So here I am going to write it. Pickle dot what? Dump of one LST comma FP. What is FP? మళ్ళీ అదే స్టోరీ. కుక్కతో ఒక వంకర అన్నట్టు. Yesterday only I said to you, FP is an object of what? Text IO wrapper, which is pointing to the starting entry of the file. Wherever FP is pointing, LST is pointing to the LST data returned to the file where FP is pointing. That is called a dumped data returned to the file. There I will write it. Print of what? Print of what? Here I am writing employee data. Employee data saved as record in file successfully done. This is called what concept? Pickling concept. Where it is created? In the present working folder only it will create. Let us save. Here I am going to write it emp pick example dot py. Emp pick example dot py. Save this. Go to the location. Here I am going to write it. Go to the 11 a.m. Here I will go to files. There I will save. So here I will go to files. There I will save emp pick example dot py. That is our command prompt in this place. There is no emp pick dot p emp dot pick file is not there. It is going to create now. Shall I execute my code? Execute my code. So coming to the point back, py emp pick. Enter employee number 100. Enter employee name RS. Enter employee salary 2.5. 2.5. Employee data saved as a record in a file successfully. So dir here it is going to create emp.pick file created or not. You cannot see the data. You cannot see the data. Binary file cannot make you to see the data. emp.pick here there is somewhere else. Go to your location 11 a.m. here. There is a files concept is available. In this, there is a emp.pick. If I open it, you will get some special symbols will be coming. Special symbols are coming because maybe you feel it is a security purpose or whatever it is. Original data cannot be seen. Original data cannot be seen. Don't try to do any experiment on that. Okay. Don't try to open it first of all. Are you understanding? You can keep the same data inside of what function also. What is this now? Save object, save EMP, save EMP data. It is a function I am writing. It is a function I am writing. Function I am writing. So this is called what I am saying. Main program. I can go to second program. I am going to write this function. I am going to call it. This function I am going to call it. Done. Execute again. Second time I am executing. Already one time the record was done. Enter the employee number 200 and say TR and say 4.5. Also saved into the file. If I want to insert another record, what should I say? 300 here, DR here, 1.5 here. Again and again I have to run this code. Are you following? If I want, I can make this code as something like this. More interactive, I can make it. What is this? While true, while true. Already you know. So here I'm going to say, who is the greatest person in the world in the software industry who knows the coding very well? They are the experts. That is only the future for you. If you don't know coding, so ఉంటారు అంతే మీరు జనాభా లెక్కలో ఉంటారు అంతే. With counting of population, you will be there. But the youth in skill set calculation, you will not be there. And because of that, no use at all. So coding is important. So in this, I'm writing. This is the one I wrote it. Continuously asking CH is equal to input of do you want to do you want to enter do you want to enter do you want to save another record or do you want to enter another employee details employee details employee details yes or no, yes or no. So I will write it. If ch dot, you will enter either upper or lower. Taking in the form of lower only. I will write converted into what? Lower format. I will write it print off. I am writing. Thanks for using this program. Thanks for using this program. Using this program. I will say break. I'll say break. I said break. Done. If it is yes is entered, it is going to be repeated again. Run this. Run this code. Enter the employee number 225, 225 kV, 0.0. Entered. Employee data saved in a file successfully. Do you want to insert another employee details? Yes. I will say 325, 325. You say employee name is called something like SS. I will say something like 1.0. It is also employee data saved in a file successfully. I'll say no. No means what? Thanks for using this program. Are you following? You can write exceptions also. I will write exceptions also in the project. Exceptions, data types, anni, modules, packages, everything. Learning with this here and forgetting with this. What you will get it? Daily you need to read morning to evening without seeing what is happening outside until you get the job. మనకు అది తప్పితే మిగతా లోకంలో అన్నీ కావాలి. So coming to the point back. So this is about what? Pickling. Next is unpickling. What is this? Are you understanding? So if you look at that implementation, online students, is it clear? This is a complete implementation is done. Now I'm going for what? Unpickling process. Online students respond. Is it clear about it? Everybody responded. What about you? Followed, huh? Right. So open the notes. Next. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will read. Write a Python program which will read the records from the file, which will read the records from the file by using unpickling process. By using unpickling process. By using unpickling process. Right. Students, I'm having one doubt. Can I ask the doubt? Hmm? Will you answer? Chapanda, will you answer? So daily I'm shouting on you, right? Daily I'm shouting, right? Daily I'm shouting you on you, right or not? Will you feel anything? Eh, not feeling. Not feeling. No, if you don't feel when I'm shouting, what is the use? Are you feeling or not? Feeling or not feeling? Not at all feeling. Just like that. Feeling or not feeling? Feeling. Really? Feeling or not feeling? Not feeling. Is it good for you or not? So for realization is important. Realization is important. So when I'm shouting on you means you have to change. That is the meaning. So come to the point back. Now I'll go to, you are not understanding my question. Girls కి అర్థమైంది. వీళ్ళు ఇంటెలిజెంట్ కాబట్టి కొద్దిగా. So now come to the point back to next coding. Unpickling program I am going to write it. Look at students how beautiful code it is. Next I need to go to the project implementation next class. Actually today I need to start. Time is over. So because the random access file I talked about it. Program for reading the records from where file where where it contains which records, employee records, where it contains which records, employee records. So what is my file name? emp dot pick. Come on, what is that now? Import. What is that? Pickle. Come on, what is that? Choose the file name. Open it into which mode? Which mode? Read mode. So there is a file name is there. emp.pick, emp.pick, comma, what is this? RB. As what? FP. FP. Where is my FP is pointing? Starting record. There is a 0th place starting record is available. So I want to read that record completely. How do you read that record completely? How do you read that completely record? Load. Already said to you, record is equal to, come on, pickle dot load of what? FP. FP is pointing to whom? First record. Already first record is pointing at 0th place. A load will read the complete record and put it into the record. I will print the record. Observe it. What is the type of record? What is the type of record? Huh? What is the type of record? Good. Somebody is saying. What is the type of record? Hmm? Huh? Good. What is that? Correct. What is that? Cheppu. What is that? What is the record? What is the type of record? Not saying. He's saying correct, but not saying. What is the record? Record is one object or not? Which type? Underscore IO IO dot text IO wrapper. Like last student. Say once. Huh? But you said IO wrapper, you said. I am not saying. When you are saying, I am also saying along with you. Oh, you are not saying list. But you are saying text IO wrapper, you are saying. I am saying you are pronouncing. That is wrong also you are pronouncing. You need to tell, sir, wrong, sir, you list type you need to say. When I said, I did not listen. You said earlier. Okay, very good. Sit down. Good boy. If you say list, it is a good boy. You said text IO wrapper. You said text IO wrapper. That is called wrong answer. Text IO wrapper is a wrong answer. List is a correct answer. Why list is a correct answer? What object I push, I pickled it, list. When I'm unpickling also, what will come? List only will come. List only will come. So see that which record will come? Only one record will come. Look at that. I will execute this. Employee, 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 unpick, unpick example dot py. Employee pick example, unpick example. This is like that. That type of students I praise it. But you have to tell. Frankly, you need to speak to me. Frankly, like that you need to speak. Like that type of then trying to feel like a dull student. It is always very danger. So coming to this point, so here I'm saying this. So got it. Which is a type? List type. Where is the FP is pointing to the next record? I will write one more record. One more record. One more time. Loading and printing. Be careful. Second record also coming. Third record. Third record. I'm posting. Third record is coming. Third record. Next, what I will write it. One more I am writing. Fourth record I am getting. Next I am going to write it. Which record is coming? Next record is coming. After that, there are no more records. That only I entered. Next time writing one more time I am entering. You will get what? You read how many records? All the records completed. You are trying to read the record which are not there. That is called a UOF error. Spell out UOF error. Spell out UOF error. UOF error. So that UOF stands for end of file. Spell out end of. What is UOF error will come? When do you get UOF error? When I am trying to read the records which are already records completed. I am trying to read the record where records are not there. That time you will get UOF error. So somebody will ask what is UOF error? Don't tell end of file error. They will think that you are out of candidate, outdated candidate. What is UOF error? UOF error will come when I am trying to read the records where there are no records. That time you will get which error? UOF error. See that UOF error. You are going to get UOF error. Ran out of input. How do you do? How do you can handle this? That is my target. So if there are 1,000 records are there, 1,000 times I don't write. How many times I want to write? One time and repeat and repeat. How many times? Until UOF error occurs. How do you write the condition? While true, while true, beautiful code. While true, I am writing online students. This is the one I wrote it. This is the one I wrote it. It is repeatedly executing. And you will get here also UOF error. See, I got it. What is happening? Records are coming. End of error is coming or not? How do you do that? How do you avoid that? There I will write a try block, exceptions. You see how much important it is. Here I am writing error. Execute. Beautiful. Only records got it. I want to print the records in systematically. How do you print? For value in where? Record. Print of what? Value. Backslash t. Dot format of what? Value. Comma. End is equal to some backslash t. And I will write printing the records one by one. And you are going to get it. So got my records. Got my records. If you don't want to give that much bigger space, you can have some small space. You can have some small space. And you can write before that one small line here, one small line here, just to show some good presentation, employee numbers and employee names and all those things. So here before breaking, I'm just saying like that. You try to execute. So you try to execute. Got my data. Are you following? I will run my pickle program. Pickle program I will run. Pickle. Employee pickle example. Enter the number. Enter the number. Something like 425. 425. I will say some XX. I'll say some 3.5. It is done. Do you want to insert another record? No. I will read the records. Unpickle example. Unpickle example, you say. So there I will take it. Unpick example. I got XX last value also added. Today we read what? How to write the record. How to read. Tomorrow I will tell how to modify, how to delete, how to read only few records, how to sort the data in ascending order, descending order. So much story I will tell you. That is called a project implementation. That is called my project implementation. If you go to it, this is what I said. Up to here I said. Tomorrow I will go for what? Project completely code I will write tomorrow. Without reading, if you come, you will see HD cinema in the class. You need to read and need to come to this pickling concept. Practice this example first. Okay.